Hey there, everyone. Thank you for joining me here on my podcast, Manifest with Markesha. It's really my goal to just challenge outdated mindsets and help break self imposed limitations. I get on here because I do have such a heart to help people elevate to the best versions of themselves. So I'm sharing my thoughts, my life, and my journey. Okay, y'all. I was talking to my best friend yesterday, and I was telling her how crazy, but not at the same time, how people are walking around dimming their light and not being true to themselves, all for the sake of staying in places that feel and seem familiar, all while holding on to fear. That conversation had me thinking a bit deeper. So, this episode is for all the people pleasers, the overachievers, and the ones who have been shape shifting just to survive. And I also want to add how to break free. So let's get into it a little bit. I was thinking about how there's roots to everything, and shape shifting is no different. We have all grown up learning how to become whoever the room needs us to be, just to fit in. See, remember the time something hurt you as a kid and you was maybe crying about it or whatever, and you ran to a sibling, a cousin, or mother or father or something just to express yourself. You was crying about it. Let's just say you was crying about it. And you've met, some of us are one of all at some point in our time been met with quit acting like a baby. Okay. Or what about that time y'all was in elementary school? Because I'm gonna start where the roots are. When you were told to share maybe a toy, your favorite pencil, your favorite coloring, markers or whatever to the new kid, you don't even know them, but you was doing it in the name of being nice, and you ain't really want to. Or for those who are grew up in my era, where kids are to be seen and not heard. Either of these moments were defining. Moments that began to teach us that our true desires, our true feelings were simply not important, and that to be accepted, they must be suppressed. Shape shifting isn't the issue, honestly. It's the fruit. The root of it is fear. We all have a sense of fear of rejection, and to some degree, a fear of abandonment or the fear of not being good enough. There's that deep inner belief that who we are just isn't enough. When I say shape shifting, I'm talking about that constant adapting who you are just to fit in. You play small over here because that crowd's okay with it. You overachieve over there because that crowd expects you to. You silence your truth to keep the peace. You remove boundaries because they offend people. We morph, adjust, and twist ourselves just to avoid being left out, being unseen, and being unloved. And the unfortunate part about it is that a lot of it's done unconsciously. It's the inner child really wrapped up in this grown adult. I remember watching the movie Despicable Me. There was this scene where little Gru was trying so hard to impress his mom. Y'all might remember it for those who seen it. He was like, "Mom, look, I drew a picture of me landing on the moon." I usually do my little Gru voice, but I'm not. He would say, when he was like, look at my picture, his mom was like, eh. So that didn't get any type of recognition. So he amps it up a little bit. He says, "Mom, look, I drew a macaroni prototype of the rocket ship that I drew that she had disregarded previously." And guess what he was met with? She didn't care. So then he tries it again. After no acknowledgement, he amps it up one more time and he says, "Look, Mom, I built a real rocket ship based on the macaroni prototype, based on the picture that I drew of me landing on the moon," and was met with still the same response. She was dismissive, she was disinterested, and she gave that infamous, eh. So, obviously this is supposed to be funny, but when I watch it today, I kind of look at it like, man, that's messed up. Because let's be real. How many of us have been little Gru? But little Gru now is grown folks walking around here trying to be seen. But now it's not mom necessarily you're performing for. Or maybe you are still trying to perform for mom. But you have added people to that list. It's your partner, it's your boss, it's your children, your followers, your friends. Talking about, look what I did. The little kid in you. Look at me succeeding. Look at me. Please love me. And every time we do this and don't get the response you hope for, it opens or reopens the wounds from your childhood. So consequently, you keep shape-shifting, hoping that this version of you will be the one that's accepted and the one that is loved. That continual unconscious pattern of looking to be validated validated by other people is a trap. It's a trap designed for you to stay in a role all while losing yourself in the process. You'll never feel safe just being you. And the hard truth, you can't shapeshift your way into authentic love. You can't shrink, contort, and perform your way into having peace. And truthfully, shapeshifting, all of the likes and the accolade or whatever, it's only for a period of time. And while you're doing that false sense of acceptance, you're really never seen. Here's what I want to reflect on. It's the conditioning that we've all been accustomed to. We've been conditioned to perform, conditioned to stay busy, to stay distracted. Ultimately, we've been conditioned to forget who we are, just to keep showing up for this role that we're in. But you know what? Every now and then, things get quiet. And there is a stillness in our lives. And that real version of you shows up in the quietness, not the performer. In that moment, most people don't want to sit in the silence because that's when the fear whispers. But what if they don't like me? What if they don't accept me? What if I lose people? Look, I get it. Change is uncomfortable. But there is no real growth in comfort. It's not supposed to be comfortable changing. But I have to ask you this. Would you rather face the discomfort of growth or the pain of staying a performer? Because if you look at the results of the two, one leads to freedom and the other, exhaustion. When you choose freedom, yes, people are going to leave, expect it. But when you choose you show up for you, it's all worth it. Understand that the people who leave, especially the ones who only like the version of you that served them, don't be discouraged. I get it, easier said than done. But what you're really doing is making room for people who are aligned with your authenticity. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. Change happens through the gradual decisions that are made daily. Every time you choose you over the actor, you evolve. Eventually, you'll be able to look back and realize, well, dang, I ain't been shape-shifting no more. So for those of you who want to be honest with yourselves, I want to challenge you with this. I want to challenge you to catch the shape shift. I said that wrong. To catch the shape shift. Notice when you're adjusting in your environments just to avoid being rejected. And when you notice you're adjusting, and when I say adjusting, maybe you are not speaking up when you want to speak up. Maybe you're saying yes when you want to say no. Maybe you are in environments that drain you when you want to withdraw. Those moments, pause and ask yourself, am I being true to me? Am I being authentic? Or am I showing up for yet another role? And if so, don't judge yourself on the fact, because honestly, the awareness is the first place to begin. Just begin to make the decision to choose you, whatever that looks like. Not the performance, choose you. Remember, you don't have to build a rocket to be worthy, as Gru was trying to do. Y'all already worthy. So I just want to thank y'all, all of y'all who rock with me. I want to thank y'all who don't rock with me. At the same time, everybody gets love. And here's the reminder: don't forget to show up for you. I'm your girl, Markesha, and this is Manifest with Markesha. See you next time. Stay real and stay true.